A follow-up of what we discussed and what we've been discussing. We've been talking about making money as a public speaker. How do you make money as a public speaker? And if you listen to my previous video, I started to highlight a few tips and steps. So if you're a public speaker, by that I mean that you have a content that you're putting out. You're standing in front of 1, 2, 3, 10 people and sharing valuable insights. That qualifies you as a public speaker, by the way. Or you're a content creator. That's like the slang we use very often now. How do you go about making money? So I want to share with you a very valuable secret. For the previous video, I said that you need to identify with a subject matter and also become a subject matter expert. And then I also said you need to choose a platform. Choose any of the platforms that you may consider to use. Like in this case, I'm using Facebook. You can use TikTok. You can use YouTube. And I said something about continuously putting out content on a regular basis until a community congregates around you. They can feed from your vibe, feed from your energy, feed from your wisdom. And very soon, they would make you like a community leader. And the moment they make you a community leader, they can start paying you. If you have any product or service, they can start paying you. So I also mentioned that you need to build a community around you. I also want to say that aside building a community around you, it's very important that you I said community around you is very key because that's how you get paid, and that building a community is dependent on how much information you keep putting out there. So let's go on to talk about daily income. How do I make money on a daily basis as a public speaker? I have never earned a salary, so I don't know what it means to, like, this is the end of the month. I've never earned a salary in my life. I have been giving out money since 2007. I started my speaking business in 2007. And from that time to today, there has been no month where I didn't pay somebody a salary. 2007 ending, I officially opened my office in 2008. And from then on, I have been paying salaries to somebody, a person, 2%. So there I have a number of concerns around me. So how did I get to that point? And have I come to the point where I have daily income enough to pay my bills, enough to fuel my car, enough to allow me do investments, enough to pay my children's fees, enough to get married, enough to allow me save and plan for projects? How am I able to do that? How can you do that? So if you're considering public speaking and you want to know this, you want to pay attention, because paying attention will help you, like, very, very well help you. Daily income is something that comes for you to start earning daily. The first thing you want to have is you must have a product. Have a product that you can sell. There has to be a product that you have created. A product that you have created that you can sell. That's when you start earning daily. So for a speaker, very often it is an ebook. So you can create an ebook, and there's a lot of ways to do it. You can start by typing out on Google, on Microsoft Word, getting somebody to create a PDF for you, or you can look up for a PDF converter and do that. You can get a designer to create a front cover page for you, make it look beautiful and attractive, and then have it in your Google Drive as a link. And as you put out content, make sure that whatever you're writing is valuable. Let it be your thoughts. Let it be on an area that people have need and require answers. And then you can make it available for sale. Every time anybody reaches out to you, you can just they contact you, they make payments to your account, and then you do a transfer of the information, the e-product or the information product to their emails. There are many other ways to do it now. These days, there are platforms that can help you easily sell the product. There's seller.co. Is it seller.co? selar.co. It's a powerful platform that helps you sell digital products. So if you're able to create your ebook, you can easily sell it that way. I've sold millions. Yes, ebooks worth millions. I'm not using seller, but selling. So you can use seller. You can, and right now there are a lot of platforms that can help you sell. Flutterwave also does the same thing. I'm part of an organization, a fintech organization called eCooperative Africa, and eCooperative Africa also has a part of it called ecooperative.shop, and on that platform you can also sell your digital products. So a lot of platforms that can enable you to sell your ebook. So for you to start to make money, you have to sell something. You have to have a product that you can sell, a valuable product, a product that answers a question. And like I would say, if the product is a how-to product, your chances of making crazy money will be amazing. So that's the first thing that I must say. Have a product to sell. I sold many products that way. So to earn daily, have a product that you can sell daily. A how-to product that can help you sell daily. There are many other things I want to say, but I want to make it as simple as possible. Let's continue to talk about the community that we mentioned. And I said that you need to start growing your community and grow your community in such a way that they are very huge. I'll give you my secret, my very precious secret that's made me millions of naira. When in 2018, I was doing the offline marketing of my business. I was always marketing my business, looking for speaking gigs, which I got by the way. There was a particular year, I would do like 6 million from speaking engagement, sometimes up to as much as 12 million naira from speaking engagement across the country. I'd have organizations invite me, but of course you are not like every now and then. So you have an organization invite you and then they pay you 1 million, sometimes they pay you 500,000, and then you also have small organizations pay 250, 100. Depends on how did I get these gigs. I got them by being strategically positioned on the internet. So I had my own personal website, and I created it years ago in 2012. And that's how I got my first job with Fidelity Bank. I got my first speaking job with Fidelity Bank. So when they Google up and they find you, they're able to engage you. So that's how I was getting speaking gigs, once in a while. But in 2018, 2019, a mentee of mine was invited to our organization. And the idea was to get him to literally tell us how to transition from selling offline, as in getting speaking gigs and engagement offline, to now doing it online. And, he came and I got all my members of staff at the time to do the training. We learned how to create digital products, how to do ebooks, how to create video. We downloaded a number of softwares, how to, capture videos and put them up and so on. And that was like a miracle for me, because between 2018 to 2019, I started to transition. I started to, do more of my work online, do more virtual meetings, try to do more virtual seminars. That time, I was not very acquainted with Zoom, but I said to try to understand Zoom, understand Skype, and understand even payment gateways, payment platforms. How do I get payment from somebody from Ghana? How do I get money from Zimbabwe or get money from Rwanda? I started to think about that, and I was really thought. And so in 2020, something happened. We experienced COVID-19. And for us in the speaking industry, that became a massive blow, real massive blow, because a lot of my colleagues, senior colleagues, those who earn more, started having challenges paying their bills. They were not having engagements anymore. People were now at home, and companies that used to dole out 5 million, 10 million, and all of that for speakers and trainers didn't do that anymore. They, because of COVID-19, now felt okay, they would use their in-house guys, or they would invite you to come do virtual meetings for their people, and then they pay you whatever they feel they can pay you. Sometimes not as much as a million, not as much as 50 million, because they're not handling logistics, they're not handling air travels and so on. They now pay you little amounts. So for us at Learn and Earn Training Systems Limited and the organizations I push, it became quite challenging. So, but because we had transitioned, we now started focusing our minds on how to build an online community and literally milk it, how to sell products to that online community and then milk them, get them to come back and buy and buy. We began to create products and programs that could do that. So to make it very, very simple, what I did was I did WhatsApp. I've told the story severally, how I went for a meeting in 2019 after that meeting, and then in fact, what even inspired me to get this person to come do like a real digital marketing training for me at the time was that I went for a meeting and I was a guest, I was a resource person. And after I was done speaking, the next person who spoke was Emeka Nobis. Emeka Nobis, great guy, solid person. He now said something about digital about WhatsApp. He first said he made money from BBM, and then he now said he made a lot of money, like 3 million naira from WhatsApp. And I was thinking as I sat down, WhatsApp? So he explained the process, how he made money from WhatsApp. And then I remember going back to the hotel, really thinking about how did this guy, how did he get to do it? And from there, I was able to come up with a plan that in 6 months helped me to make that same amount of money from WhatsApp. And in January of year 2000, I was able to make like 4 million naira in just January. So I learned something. So what I did was that I started to build, and this is where you need to pay attention. I started to build my community on WhatsApp. I have close to, let me say, 20,000 people, active people in different WhatsApp groups, on WhatsApp. And a lot of these guys on WhatsApp have either bought my products or have paid for a coaching program and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing. Have a product you're going to sell. Start building a community. Drive the community to, if it's a Facebook group you want to use, that's fine. If it's WhatsApp you want to use, that's great. I use WhatsApp because it's very easy. So people go into WhatsApp and then we'll get them to, of course, you know how to do WhatsApp relocate. There are a lot of features now on WhatsApp. Then you could only accommodate 256 people. Now you can do up to 2,000, 3,000. WhatsApp has even more features. You could do WhatsApp channels, WhatsApp lists. So just go master WhatsApp. WhatsApp is massive. So I built a community on WhatsApp, and throughout the lockdown, I was doing WhatsApp trainings. And there's a lot you can do on WhatsApp. You can do WhatsApp calls and accommodate up to 32 people. So if people pay for your training and they come to that WhatsApp group, you can do a WhatsApp call, just doing like we have it, like a WhatsApp call, conference call. And you can also do WhatsApp videos. So if you have coaching programs, you can do a video face-to-face with a person for a coaching program once in whatever time you scheduled. And many other things I was doing WhatsApp. So I built a community, and the first thing I did was that I gave out a lot of my content in that community, gave out a lot of quality content in that community. For you to earn daily, you must have capacity. You must not just be half-baked. You must be thorough. You must know what your audience, know what you're talking about. Really have sufficient content so that it doesn't matter. You don't run out of information. I'm a content person, so when I mean content, ideas, I have insight, I know my audience, I know what I'm talking about, and so I have enough a lot of information to give out for free. So in the WhatsApp groups I created, I'll do a lot of trainings every day. I'll give myself a challenge for 3 days, 1 week. I'll do trainings, give out quality information, and then after I was done that, I will pitch. Sometimes I'll pitch for them to buy my ebook. I already had my ebook in the Google Drive. These days I use Box. So once they make the payment, I send the link to them. They can easily download. Then at some point I said to sell a subscription program. What do I mean by subscription program? What that means is that once they value the training, the free training I've given to them, they can now enter another WhatsApp group. In this WhatsApp group, we would have meetings once or twice a week. And if we have 8 meetings in a week, they pay a certain amount of money. So that every month they pay a certain amount of money. I made it at that time, I made it very cheap. I made it 2,000 naira at the time. So that every time you are in that WhatsApp group, every time you're in the WhatsApp group, for the valuable information that I was going to give on, sometimes it was on public speaking, sometimes it was on persuasion, you pay 2,000 naira. I created a link. You could use Paystack to make that happen. You could use Flutterwave to make that. These are apps that enable you to create payment links for subscription. So they will just put in their MasterCard details or their Visa card details, or they can even pay. And every month they will be debited and they'll be reminded to pay. So that all I needed to do was for my free groups that had people that are there for free, if I had 256 persons there, I needed to convince at least 50 to 60 of them to join the subscription program and tell them that they can actually leave at any time. And all they have to do is 20. So if I had 50 to 100 people, let's say 100 persons, give me 2,000 naira for the first month. That means that's 200,000 naira we're making. Okay, so the next month they're going to pay 200,000 naira. Sometimes the program can last for 6 months, can last for 1 year, and like Play-O, I was making money. In fact, I was making money I would have 6 or 7 of such groups. Where do I get the content? Once in a while, we could have live meetings. I could do WhatsApp calls. I could use Google Meet. I could use Zoom. But I place a lot of information in the WhatsApp group, a lot of quality details, and I literally control the WhatsApp groups that I had. I could have 5, 6, 7 of them, paid groups where they paid on a monthly basis. Some of them paid 2K, some paid outright huge amounts of money, and I was making crazy money on a regular. People were wanting to join the community to get information from me. So I created a community, created a group, and in that group, I was able to give them enough value that they pay me every month. So that's how to make money daily. Get a community going, give free value, get people to subscribe into your subscription program. That's similar to what is called a membership site. So the big guys, usually work on what's called a membership site. So a membership site means that you come into this space, maybe a website, and then every now and then you're earning. So this thing I've shared with you is powerful. It will help you to earn daily. So somebody's always coming in, somebody's always coming in. In fact, that is how we started off Podium Dynamics Academy online. So they all congregate on the WhatsApp group. And we tell them that they can pay in bits. So if you're supposed to pay 30,000 naira, why not pay 5,000 naira all through 6 months? It was great. So that's one way. You sell a product, create a subscription program, and easily do this and my own take is, nobody will just bring out money and pay you. All right. It must be valuable. It must be something that meets your needs. And sometimes they may need to have an initial experience of that value, a tip of the iceberg before they can now start parting away with money. So be willing to give out free information and to draw people to a space or to a community where you can give that value information. And then from there, you pitch your subscription program. So that's one way. I made money from selling products, and I made money from selling that subscription program. But I also made a big break, interestingly, because I was giving out so much value. last year, something interesting happened to me that was amazing. I received a call from somebody who said that he's been in my WhatsApp group for a number of years and he's been following. That is even in some of our paid subscription programs. And I was excited about it. And he said that he was in a meeting where they were having this conversation about bringing a consultant that could help that organization move to the next level. They needed to implement certain things. And because he had had the opportunity to be in one of those paid groups, one of those meetings, in fact, not a paid group, it was in a free group, and I seen the quality of value, the quality of information I was giving. He mentioned my name in that meeting, and I was, that's how I got the job. I got a speaking gig. And it was not a speaking gig, it was a consultancy. I made close to 5 million naira from that because they had that conversation. They flew me into Lagos. I was there for a while, a few days, and I was paid. I was given 5 million naira just for that project. So the value I was giving in that free group also was beneficial. I benefited from it. The value I was getting from that free group was superb. And so I've told you another way. When you serve people, when you give value, even in those groups that that you consider as free, somebody there can refer you to something big. When I do my free WhatsApp calls or WhatsApp meetings in those days, 2020, 2021, and I've pitched. I have 256 persons in the WhatsApp group. I have pitched, and at the end of the day, maybe out of the 256, 10 to 15 people decide to come on board. I want to get 50, I want to get 100. The next thing I do is that I write on the WhatsApp group that, look, if you want me to call you personally and give you more information and literally explain this thing further, let me call you. And just write on the WhatsApp group, you call me. So I had a lot of people calling, saying, call me. So I'll take out my pen, write their names down, their phone numbers. I'll pick my phone and I will call every one of them. Sometimes I can do like 100 calls. And I'll not use WhatsApp call. I'll load my phone and call them and explain my offer to them. I'll explain it like word for word. This is what this course will do for you. This is what this coaching program will do for you. The moment I did it, I would up my conversion rate from a mere less than 10% to 30, 40%, sometimes 50%. Almost everyone that I called that asked for clarity, that asked for more information, joined the program. And so I was making money back to back just because I did that. So you see, that these people, so there are many ways. You see, this thing is very massive. So you're making money from virtual meetings. I'm not talking about physical meetings yet. Okay. They're also connecting you to get consultancy jobs, right? And then I'm also seeing myself, I could put together a meeting because I have a community. It's easy for them to congregate, for them to gather for a free meeting or for a paid meeting. A lot of people, I had a lot of church invitations. During the lockdown, I had a beautiful idea. I was thinking of how pastors managing. So I said, okay, I'm going to train pastors. So I created a program called the e-ministry. So the pastors who want to know how to keep in touch with their people, have this bit of knowledge on social media. So I created a course on that, got a few of my friends, and guess what I did? I ran Facebook ads. I learned how to do Facebook advertising. I ran Facebook ads and reached out to people, in not just Nigeria, Ghana, Rwanda, Malawi, South Africa, Christian pastors. And I had and I drew them. My link, my lead generation was my funnel, because there's something about having a funnel, was bring them to a WhatsApp group. So we had different people from different parts of the world. And I do WhatsApp meeting with them. I got them to come for Zoom meetings. And so I started having international people, international pastors who were interested in what I was offering and what I was sharing. How pastors can maximize social media. I did like 8 editions of it. And I made a lot of money. I earned in dollars, I earned in rands, I earned in cedis, just because I was that strategic. So pastors also started inviting me. Nigerian pastors also started inviting me to speak at their meetings. So it's very easy for physical meetings now. So it's virtual, eventually became physical. It's very easy to make money daily as a speaker. You have no reason to be worried. Just to summarize, just so that you can remember, have a product that you're going to sell. A product can be an ebook. I want to say something about product creation that people worry about. Like what I'm doing now is I'm doing a Facebook Live, right? It's even not too much light. I will soon be. I'm doing a Facebook Live, right? It's very raw, very unedited. It's like Facebook Live. The research has it that people who can do Facebook Live like I'm doing are confident people. Not many people have confidence to do Facebook Live. Not many people have confidence. So one of the ways to overcome stage fright and television fright and microphone fright is to do more Facebook Lives like this. So you can, don't be afraid of how people think about you. Just put out your content. You'll be surprised the impression that you make. And people will eventually will see these videos will remain on your Facebook wall. They eventually come see it. Even if you don't have anybody looking at it now, eventually your friends will come see it. And if you put out valuable content, they'll pay attention to it. So you can do Facebook Live, not necessarily like TikTok Live, Instagram Live, whatever live. Do them, a lot of it, and put out the content. Interestingly, you can copy those links and put them on a website called savefrom.net. Put the link, then you download that video, and then you can take those videos you have downloaded to different platforms, TikTok, YouTube. And I do that a lot. People are so worried about, it must be edited for it to be packaged. When you are starting as a speaker, worry less about packaging. Focus more on content, on your content, the quality of your content. Trust me. There's something about life, like we're doing now. It's real, it's unedited. It really shows your capacity. All right? People connect at a very deep level when you are doing something that's unedited. When it's edited, you can do cut and join. And there's a place for that. As you begin to grow, you can want to do that. But there's something about raw, edited stuff like this. My biggest conversions have come from raw things. Just know this is the real guy. This is the guy who can make it happen. So in creating products, don't be worried about how raw, it's not edited. Just go ahead and do your thing. Number two, don't be worried about the lengths. It must be very long. No, it can be short. It can be short bites. It can be enticing short bits of information that people can take and then want more. So don't be worried about the length. Don't be worried about quality. Just make sure that whatever you're putting out there is content, is valuable content, is solution packed. And then the next thing that you want to do, so that's the first thing I mentioned, have a product, then build a community. The next thing that is so important that I've mentioned in the previous video and this video is think numbers. You need a community. And the more numbers you have, the better you are. Why do you build a community? Facebook group. But I would suggest I used WhatsApp. And it's a game changer because everybody's on WhatsApp. Email marketing is powerful, but WhatsApp is great. Everybody's on WhatsApp. So I use WhatsApp to congregate and have lots of people there, and I keep growing it, and I give them valuable content, free content. Then in that community, I now created another group that runs on a subscription model, like they can keep paying me on a weekly, monthly, basis aside buying my products. So those are the things I've shared with you today. I hope this makes sense. And from there, because like I said in the previous video, if you are expecting that somebody will call you and invite you, come and speak at my event, it will not happen. It won't happen. What you can do now, this is your platform. This video is your platform. Start there. And you'll be shocked that people will invite you to speak. And for those of us that are entrepreneurs that say, when you come online, you want to start marketing your product, start displaying the product they have. This is my product. Well, that's not bad. But like I said in the previous video, and you need to go watch it. Start by teaching, by giving value. Trust me on that. Just teach. Show them about, like if you're selling spare parts, you're selling tires. Tell them about the value of tires, the history of tires, the quality of tires. Just keep going on history, on quality, on knowledge. And people will gravitate towards you and want to buy from you. So you first teach, and then you pitch. Once you have taught well enough, You can now start pitching. You can now start selling. Once you've told them, you've taught well enough, you can now start selling. People will trust you more that way. All right, same thing with so when you start giving out quality information, let's invite that young man. He's good, he's great at what he does. That's how it goes. So that is how to make money. You make money by following this arrangement. There are more specifics that if you reach out to me via DM, I can show you. I can show you how to be very profitable. Like I said, I'm not a storyteller. By God's grace, God has helped me. I have a few things I'm doing that's working for me. And I've shared you some ideas. There are many other things you can do. And even if you want to move to the next level, even if you're a novice, you can just speak and you want to earn money. All right. What I encourage you to do is join my program. Become a student at Podium Dynamics Academy. All right, it's getting dark already. All right. Just felt I should say this to you. All right. So just become a student at Podium Dynamics Academy, and I will show you not just the art of speaking, because there's a way to go about it. I'll go ahead to show you the dynamics, making money from it. You know, how public speaking can also help you in your profession. If you're an entrepreneur, you sell something, you see that public speaking will help you in a great way. If you are somebody who wants to pitch in front of customers, what's the sequence? What's the arrangement? What's the structure? I'll show you all of that. If you're somebody who wants to get funds from investors, what do you say? How do you say it? I'll show you all of that. You know, it's part of the package. And that's why at Podium Dynamics Academy, my academy that I sell, we're probably one of the most comprehensive training programs in Nigeria. I'll start with Nigeria because I don't know about other programs in the world. We cover every area from the arts to the business, because when you learn public speaking, so what's next? I need to pay my bills. Like I said, I've not done any other thing. Everything I do is speaking. I train people on how to speak, how to be persuasive. I've identified my niche, my area of expertise, and I've built a huge community. And I'm nurturing the community. And from that community, I am earning on irregular from them. So they pay my bills. And if you want to do that, if you want to know the specifics, I can show you the step-by-step procedure, because it's about step-by-step. Like they say, follow no road. And if you don't want to reach out to me, I've given you tips already. Have a product, a valuable product you can sell. Have a product you can sell. All right? Wherever you are. And you know, interesting thing, I live in Akwa Ibom. My state is predominantly civil service, so it's not like a business-oriented state. But my biggest jobs are out of the state. People are surprised when they see me do speaking gigs. I'm flying one place or other, or doing jobs. And there are a lot of jobs I do that the companies don't even give me permission to, you know, I'm a media person. They don't still give me permission to put the pictures, you know, of what I've done, what I'm doing. But I'm out in this place, in Enugu, in Abuja, in Lagos, doing all kinds of trainings for different companies. Because I know exactly what to do, and they're paying me stipends. And even when that doesn't come, when those regular speaking gigs don't come, I've created a community, again, a community where I give consistent information and value. So in that, we have the community that is free. They get quite some value, like what I'm giving out here now. And then we have another community where people pay on a regular, either do a one-off payment, you know, like in our academy, or they use a subscription model to pay. So if you follow what I've taught you today, it makes sense. A few other things I would like to teach in another class, another WhatsApp or Facebook meeting like this, will be to show you how to sell your services, how to put together a proposal. Let's say you have a quality concept, you have some knowledge, you want how to put together a proposal, go to a place and get them to give you a job. How do you get your first big job out of your state, or out maybe in Abuja or Lagos or Ghana or South Africa? How do you get your first big job, you know, as a speaker? What do you do? What are the step-by-step procedures? How do you put together your speaker video? There's something called a speaker video. You know, what should be the content of your website? You know, and even if you don't have a website, how do you put together your social media platforms so that you can get started? And even if you don't have all of that, how do you get started with like an about.me? About.me. That's even a freebie for you. Go to about.me and then fill your profile, and then share it on your platforms. You see the people will be surprised at the number of persons that can reach. Or you can easily do LinkedIn and get lots of deals from there. How do you network? How do you network with other speakers? And there's a concept called piggybacking. How do you leverage on speakers, up and coming speakers or top speakers? How do you leverage and benefit? Like, you can connect with me. Once you have this knowledge, you can connect with me, and then I'll show you the step-by-step ways to connect with people and get them to do stuff for you. It just makes sense. So I hope I've given you some tips. Have a product, valuable product that you can sell. Build a community. In that community, free and then subscription or paid. And do it regularly. And you'll be surprised at how successful you turn out to be. So in the comment section, if this has been a blessing to you, write down stuff. Okay, I see Uko Joseph Sunday saying, building confidence. Yes, that's true. You can build your confidence by doing more Facebook Live. Just do a check. If I told you not to do a Facebook Live, you'd be surprised how people don't want to do Facebook Live because they are scared. These are your friends, actually. But you're afraid of what they will say to you, or how they will say, or how that you don't have enough content. But if you have the audacity, the temerity to look at the camera like I'm doing and then speak and just teach, you'll be surprised at how much your confidence will grow. And beyond that, if the content is good, people will start DMing you. And before you know it, you're building your community. And before you know it, you're making money. I hope this works. I want to go to church. My church, House on the Rock, has a meeting. I want to go be there. Pastor Bishop T.D. Dick is around. So I want to go see him and have a wonderful time. God bless you, and see you soon.